Back live with you tonight, here on In Focus, and thanks for staying on. In June, Trade Union Solidarity laid criminal charges against several former Eskom executives at a Pretoria police station. They included Brian Molefe, Anoj Singh and Matshela Koko, and former Mineral Resources Minister Mosebenzi Zwane. Charges range from fraud, corruption and the violation of the Public Finance Management Act. Solidarity's Deputy CEO for Legal Affairs, Anton from Bijl, joins us now to discuss the latest developments. Anton, good to have you with us. Thank you very much for your time tonight here on In Focus. It seems it's quite a comprehensive list of charges that the 8 were facing today, but it looks like maybe there could be 18 individuals who are actually going to be involved here. It relates to the awarding of a 2 billion rands contract to a Swiss multinational company, Asia Brown Boveri, or ABB, to install a control and instrumentation system on the power generating units at Kusile Power Station. This company, of course, has since been cooperating with Eskom to divulge some of the information around compliance and overpayments and so on and so forth. So just take us initially through what is at the heart of these charges.
Yeah, good evening, Darby, and your viewers. At the end of the day, it seems that approximately 25 charges is laid against Mr. Koko and his family. It seems it relates to the awarding of tenders when Kusile was built in approximately 2015. 2 billion rand has flown from Eskom to the Swedish company ABB, and then onwards to his stepdaughter company, and approximately 530 million rand was paid to her company, and approximately 14 million then went to his wife. So it seems that there is an intricate family corruption that took place. We lodged the complaint against Mr. Koko, not only specifically in relation to this matter, but also to in the awarding of contracts to Trillion and other companies. We lodged that complaint on the 9th of June. So we welcome the arrest, but this is only the start of the fight. You have to go through the prosecuting authority and through the courts, and thereafter we hope to see him in a orange jumpsuit in the court. So this is only the start of the fight. We'll see what happens year after.
So, I mean, from a point of view of what I see here being argued is conflict of interest as a grade band F employee at Eskom, higher than a level 9. Mr. Koko saying he had a duty to declare as much as possible any interest in terms of the conflict of interest policy. So how did he contravene that conflict of interest policy here?
Well, it seems that he had an influence in the awarding of the contract to ABB. One of the senior executives at Eskom is also charged, and he was also in court today. He's a senior management, and it seems ostensibly that a type of emergency was created, which gave Mr. Koko the right to give certain contracts and to award certain tenders on an emergency basis. And then there was a collusion, it seems, or allegedly, between Mr. Koko in that emergency powers and rights, and there was collusion with the ABB company, and thereafter with the subcontracting party, which involved his wife and his stepdaughter. So it seems that there was a conspiracy or fraud conducted by senior executives, which gave Mr. Koko the right to institute certain emergency contracts, and thereafter he became involved with these tenders. So at the end of the day, it was within his power to award that contract, it seems so, and he enforced that power, and he gave that contract to ABB. Yeah.
As far as you're concerned in Solidarity, I mean, why was Alstom, is it, unable to continue with the CNI contract, and that kind of gave rise to this situation?
Well, I must be honest with you, I'm not sure about the history of that specific contracting. It seems from papers and charges that I think Siemens or other company was involved previously, and then it seems that some other there was a conflict or dispute in terms of what needed to happen and when, and the argument by Mr. Koko or by Eskom at that point in time, we assume through Mr. Koko, is that Alstom cannot complete that contract, and therefore the Kusile process and the Kusile project would be delayed with a few years due to the fact that contract could not have been completed, and thereafter it was awarded to ABB. So that's the narrative being given in terms of what actually happened and how it happened. I'm not privy.
So, were there procurement issues there that were flouted? Were the procurement processes followed correctly in as far as, of course, Alstom being unable to fulfill its part of the contract or as required by a contract, and bringing in this new party to come in now and deliver the system?
Well, it seems so. If you follow the money, at the end of the day, money would have been given to a company which has a good track record in terms of completing contracts and in terms of a company that can do the work. Then that was stopped and given to a company which has ties to the wife of Mr. Koko and has ties to the stepdaughter of Mr. Koko. So the only conclusion that one can make is that there's some or other irregularity in terms of the stopping of the previous contract and the starting of the new contract.
Yeah. And Solidarity, will you be a part of the case in any way? Are you part of the witnesses that are going to be called on that stand?
Well, not Solidarity as such, but we have quite a few members working at Eskom, and specifically in 2015 when these corrupt activities allegedly took place. So most certainly we will play a role in ensuring that Mr. Koko and his cronies gets their day in court. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's up to the prosecuting authority and to the investigators to prove that these corrupt activities took place. But yes, certainly we need to see, or we must see Mr. Koko and his wife and his stepdaughters behind bars and in orange jumpsuits. We'll do what we need to do to ensure that.
Anton van der Bijl, I appreciate your time. Thanks for coming on tonight. That's the Deputy CEO for for Legal Affairs at Solidarity there. They brought in, amongst other issues, this case and, of course, other issues that they brought to the attention of the courts in terms of the cases that they have opened.